Hello, I am Dr. J.D. Sawant from J.A.T Arts, Science and Commerce College from in Malegaon District, Nashik. The today's topic that is a ecosystem, structure and functioning. So the meaning of ecosystem, first we will see that the term ecosystem was first used by A.J. Tansley in 1935, who defined ecosystem as a particular category of physical systems consisting of organisms and inorganic components in a relatively stable equilibrium, open and of various sizes and kinds. Accordingly to Tansley, the ecosystem is comprised of two major parts. For example, biome, which is to be known as the whole complex of plants and animals of a particular spatial unit, and second one, there is a habitat, which is to be known as a physical environment, and thus all parts of such an ecosystem, organic and inorganic, biome and habitat, may be regarded as interacting factors which in a mature ecosystem are in approximate equilibrium. It is through their interactions and the whole system is maintained. So here the diagram which of the ecosystem consists of two words, as ecosystem, as eco means the environment, and the system is the interaction, which I had explained. So the ecosystem, as according to the Tansley we have seen, but after that second opinion which was taken of the E.P. Odom, an American ecologist, the ecosystem is the basic functional unit of organism and their environment interacting with each other and with their own components. Examples which are given are those the grassland, forest, aquarium, pond, lake, river, and ocean. So the grassland ecosystem is shown, second one that is forest ecosystem is shown, and third one that is a ocean ecosystem. So the types of ecosystem if we'll see, as the term ecosystem applies to any system composed of physical, chemical, biological processes with a space-time unit of any magnitude. Living organisms and their non-living means abiotic environment are inseparably interrelated and interact upon each other. Any unit that includes all of the organisms in a given area interacting with the physical environment so that a flow of energy leads to clearly defined trophic structure. Biotic diversity and material cycle means here that is a exchange of materials between living and non-living parts. Within this system is an ecological system or ecosystem. So the total assemblage of components interacting with a group of organisms is known as ecological system, or more simply an ecosystem. So ecosystems have inputs of matter and energy used to build biological structure, to produce and to maintain necessary internal energy levels. Matter and energy are also exported from an ecosystem. So the structure of ecosystem, abiotic and biotic, which I was explaining, is that ecosystem of any given space-time unit represents the sum of all living organisms and physical environment. Second one, that is, it is composed of three basic components. For example, energy biotic and means a biome, and abiotic means habitat components. So it occupies certain well-defined area on the Earth's spaceship, which is as a spatial dimension. It is viewed in terms of time unit as temporal dimension. So there are complex sets of interactions between biotic and abiotic components, including energy components on the one hand, and between and among the organisms on the other hand. So biotic components, from nutrition point of view, the biotic components of ecosystem can be grouped into three categories. Which are those components? Those components are: number one is a producers, second one that is a consumer, and third one that is a decomposers. Next one, that is the stratification, the vertical distribution of different species occupying different level is called stratification. For example, trees occupy top vertical strata or layer of a forest, shrubs, the second herbs and grasses occupy the bottom layers. So the function of ecosystem, as ecosystems are seen to function as a unit when we consider the following aspects. Number one, that is a productivity, second is decomposition, third one, that is a energy flow, and fourth one, that is a nutrient cycling. So if we'll see the productivity, what productivity gain from its gain, the rate of biomes production is called productivity, unit is given. After that, the gross primary productivity, the rate of production of organic matter during photosynthesis is called gross primary productivity. Next one, there is secondary productivity. The rate of formation of new organic matter by consumers is called secondary productivity. So this is the diagram which is of the component of productivity, which is given at the plant biomes accumulation, exported, which is shown, and after that buried sediments, uh, GPP, MPP, TTDS, and exudates not decomposed, and consumers which are and decomposers, CO2 which is released from this is shown, which is in diagram. So here, if you'll see the functioning of the ecosystem, the functioning of the ecosystem depends on the pattern of energy flow, because all aspects of living components of an ecosystem depend on energy flow, which also helps in the distribution and circulation of organic and inorganic matter within the ecosystem. While the energy flows on unidirectional path, and hence the circulation of matter follows cyclic paths. These aspects of energy flow and circulation of matter will be discussed in detail in the next, as a general idea of the functioning of the ecosystem, which will be represented. So here the energy pattern and the flow are governed by first and second laws of thermodynamics. The first law stated that in any system of constant mass, energy is neither created nor destroyed, but it can be transformed from one type to another type. For example, ample electrical energy can be converted into mechanical energy. In terms of ecosystem, energy inflow or energy input into the system will be balanced by energy outflow from the system. The second law of thermodynamics states that when work is done, energy is dissipated, and the work is done when one form of energy is transformed into another form. In the context of ecosystem, there is dissipation of energy from each transfer point, that is a trophic level, and thus the dissipated or lost energy is not again available to the ecosystem. Thank you very much.